Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. If I wanna be fly, it's none of your business. I don't know. If you wanna be freaky, what the hell's happening? It's none of your business. And I don't know why I have my glasses on. Oh well. Hello, people. I got my y'all, I love this Boom Boom nasal stick. I have this on my TikTok shop. I love this stuff. This is my Boom Boom nasal stick. They come in all flavors. So, yes, Sophie, we talked about it yesterday. I didn't know. But, you know, somebody made sure to... yes, you know, people know, right? So they wanna rub it in. I was like, what happened? Dan wouldn't say it, but I heard what he did. Yeah. Whatever. I'm trying not to be judgy, girl. Try not to be judgy. Hi, Jennifer with one N. Things are great. Things are great. Things are crazy. You know what I mean? Things are just crazy. People are crazy. Things are crazy. Life is crazy. So I was, and my cousin called me. Well, Dan's not home, and then my cousin called me just to talk, and I missed them already. It was great. The constipated post, isn't that funny? Christy, I'm quite constipated this morning. Y'all, I have, so those of you on my live account, I have 2 accounts. Well, I have 4 because, you know, the trolls be hating and shit. Another day in the shit show, yes. Am I practicing for next Friday the 13th? I am constipated every day, yeah. Being, you know, some woman this morning was all over my shit. Give me a minute. I posted on the main channel a jacket post that I love, and then I posted the hi Dustin, you be bacon, I get it, bud. So, and then the constipated one, and she was on both, telling me what a piece of shit I am, right? Hey, Estee. She's like, I would never buy from you after your video yesterday showing you how mean you are. Shame on you. I said, shame on you, bitch. Shame on you for having judgy eyes and not being able to see reality versus fiction. Shame on you for not being able to appreciate and recognize how hard my fucking work is. And shame on you for your head being up your ass. Yeah, anyhow. And then she went on to my other one, and she was like, this is not funny. You're just a mean person. I said, it's funny. You calling me mean, coming from the woman who's all over my social media, harassing me and bullying me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm the mean one. Oh, Jade, aren't they crazy? You know, some people, I understand what she needs to do, but it's just her tone. Well, what do people, what? Oh, God. Yeah, that was an ugly. People just don't get it, you know? So, anywho, people are just clueless, and they don't recognize that people are different in this disease and that he requires different things. But that's fine, you know? They can hate me for thinking I'm a bitch. And people talking about how patient, you know, how calm Dan is. Yeah, where is he? Why does he allow her? I mean, never phases me. I like when her husband's there. Oh, okay, well, tell him to be there. Like they don't think Dan lives with me, and it's a big secret on my communications, you know? So, anyhow. Good morning to the planet of Earth. I am here and very constipated this morning. And constipation comes from not just only women. It comes from both men and women, because they can be. I'll see you next Tuesday too. The video knew it was about to be so bad. Yeah, but I don't care. You know, I saw the video too and listened to it. I knew, I was like, watch. A little harsh. Oh, I'm a little harsh. Oh, God. Welcome to the land of dementia. Like, people, what do people just want to see? Do you not want to see the difficult moments? It's not all fucking butterflies and rainbows. You know, you have to get to that point with him. He is a stubborn mule. And after 20 minutes, you guys love to judge me on how I handle a situation that I know how to handle. And y'all want to get your panties in a fucking twist and bitch at me for what you think I'm doing wrong. Y'all, you couldn't do it any other way than what I did and how I did it. Because, you know, Lori, he does respond better for me. Yeah, my kitchen. People, you guys are just clueless, right? It's not easy. You think it's easy? You don't think the people who show that stuff, they don't show what really happens? Come on, get over it. Y'all, I show it. I have no shame in my game. Because what I did was what was needed after the 20th time and 20 minutes. Was I a bit irritated? Absolutely. Because that's what caregiving is. And if you watch Ed, once again, like Dan tells you all the time, if you watch Ed and see how he responds to me, you will see I'm doing a badass job. Yeah. Anyhow. They don't have a clue, but they don't understand that some people need that. And if they knew anything about Ed, they would know Ed, right? They would know sometimes you got to get down and dirty. Now, how many times, you ask me? Nobody asks, Danielle, how many times? Because I specifically wrote this was going on for the last 20 minutes, right? The last 20 minutes. And I finally had to get down and dirty. Down and dirty, when I use the word dementia, you know, and I've told all you people, when I use the word dementia, you know it's been a cycle. You know there's been a go around, right? You know that I need to nip it in the bud. You know that my rainbows and sunshine weren't working because he's up again. Yeah. Who here is challenging you? Oh, about 50% of the people. Naturally, I lie. On my video yesterday, probably about 25% of the people telling me what a piece of shit I am. Yep, I accepted it. And then I don't start off that way, right? I don't start off that way with him. Because sometimes, you know, the pacification, my new word, sometimes you can pacify him and he's good. But the times that I get direct and harsh is when it's been a trying cycle. Are you on the 50 and over TikTok? Trina, are you jealous? Because I'm 50 and I'm hot? You must be. Because any woman who comes on here and says that is obviously jealous of what a badass bitch I am. Girl. Yeah. Remember, tapping is clapping. You know how I handle the hate? I just handle it. You know what I mean? Thanks, honey. Because I'm not doing anything wrong. You know, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing my job as a caregiver and his stepdaughter and daughter-in-law. I am managing it. I am keeping him pacified most times, and when I can't pacify him anymore, I'm direct and to the point with him. Because guess why? Because I know how to do it. I know how to handle him. Now, Dan doesn't use dementia. Dan doesn't, and I don't either. I only use it when short-term memory loss is not working, and I have to get controlled. I have to get him controlled, the situation controlled. So, I don't know. So, I do that on purpose, Drake, to piss, people off. But anyway, yeah, I knew that was gonna cause some trouble because people don't like the reality. Now, what you need to ask yourself is this: the people you watch, right? The people you follow, they don't show shit like I show it. They only show the good stuff. Even my husband, right? Even my husband doesn't show the shit that I can't hide my frustrations. I can't hide my frustrations. I don't do that with anybody. And that's who I am. Like it, love it, or don't. And if you don't like it, shut the fuck up. But you keeping your head in the sand and not realizing that it's not me that's the problem. What's the problem is that people don't show you more of the reality of the caregiver, right? People, that's what you should think about, is why don't I see more of what Danielle shows? As a caregiver, you want to see different variations of how you handle situations. I'm not ashamed at all. Because in those cases, if you look at him, right, he listens, thank you, Danielle, and walks away. Yeah, it took me a long time to join live chat, but I want to encourage you. Oh, thanks, Teresa. I'm good. Yeah, I'm still here after several years. I'm hanging on by a thread, Mason, but I'm still doing it, bro. Anyhow. Yeah. So, that's what I ask. Instead of being judgy and keeping your head up your ass, realize your own situations. When you get frustrated with your kids, your friends, your husband. Oh, I'm sure you sound perfect, right? All the time. I'm not hiding. I have nothing to hide. And that's why I show you. And the people who say, imagine what she's like when the camera's off, guess what? The same you see on camera. The question you should ask yourself is, the caregiving, all those dementia apps of the people showing you the good stuff only, not seeing when they're frustrated, not seeing those things that we know everybody's doing. That should be your question. What is it like at their house when the cameras are off? But no, we want to focus on the strong-willed woman who can't fake her situations, and that's fine. I put it out there. Y'all love to use that excuse. You put it out there, but just keep in mind, doesn't mean you can be a bully. Doesn't mean you can be mean. Doesn't mean it justifies your ugliness. I'm doing a good job. I'm doing a hard job, right? And I'm showing the people who are here for it. I'm still alive. I'm still hanging in. Not always happy about it. That's the truth. That's the truth. It's Wednesday, y'all. Halfway through the week, I had such a nice call from my cousin. And it was the weirdest thing because I was thinking about her and my aunt this morning as I was vacuuming. And then she called me you know? I was like, shit, they're Rally the Flying Monkeys. You guys, you wouldn't have enough time to get to all the ugliness that was on that page. And you know, somebody accused me of, I have a couple fighters in there. Amanda Lee, Kim sometimes gets herself in there, Kim Stewart. I have Rita, and they go in and they, you know, they defend and call people idiots and so on and so forth. And so somebody replied and like, this is probably Danielle defending herself with a burner account. You know, I don't got enough time in my day. And if I'm gonna respond to you, it's gonna be me. I don't need no burner account to defend me. And it's not worth my time. Oh, Chantel, happy to your mom and dad. I wanted to jump in, but it's hard. Yeah, no, yeah. She thinks she does no wrong. No, I don't. No, I don't. You know why, lunatic? It's because I'm doing everything every day. I'm working on my ass off. No matter what I'm doing it. You guys are just sitting back and being cowards by attacking and being judgy. So yeah, I'm doing it more than you are and better than you be. So, y'all who are hypocrites and ugly, y'all want to come in and say shit. And the funny thing about it is, what are you doing? You ain't doing the job I'm doing. You're ugly. You got judgments, and you sit back and attack people. But somehow you want to put the blame on me. Yeah, it's funny. Hypocrisy at its finest. Her house, and it is my house. It's my house, it's my kitchen, right? And he can't go in the kitchen. You have to be personal. You have to tell him whose shit is whose. And if y'all knew how stubborn he is and took the time to understand the dynamics of our house and our relationship, me and Ed, you would understand me and knowing why I say mine. Ed likes control. Ed wants control. And when he thinks everything is his, he runs over me and everybody else. He used to try to charge us, you know, do it our way. Just tell him it's his house. He starts turning shit off. He starts keeping us from getting snacks. He wants us to live by his rules. No. And he can't go in my kitchen. It is my kitchen because he trips. He uses knives. He does things that can harm himself. So when I say that, it's protection for him. Damn straight. My kitchen, my house. Reality orientation. Y'all want to fight me on that. Not everybody needs it, but Ed, abso-fucking-lutely. Take time to understand before you attack. Oh, I wish. My house, my rules. And when he hears that, he backs the fuck down. Because I need him to in that moment. Because guess what? He will run all over me. He won't listen to me. You know why? Because I'm a woman. And I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a long history there, people. It's a long history. And I have to. Not all day. I don't have to. Nope. I don't want you going in my kitchen. And I say that quite regularly. Nope. You may not go in my kitchen. Nope. My kitchen, my rules. Because if I didn't say that, he wouldn't listen to me. He would walk in the kitchen and risk falling. No shame in my game. It is what it is. And guess what? I wish I had my phone on me. I was laying in bed. And Dan has to use the mic too. In the middle of the night. He was fighting over the sensors. Because I put this mean ass bitch right here, put sensors, lighted sensors on the bottom of the cabinet because he doesn't like to use lights. So this uncaring, cold-hearted bitch, yeah, put sensors up and he fights. I just charged them so they're bright. They are bright. He, last night, they were bugging him again. But it's for his own girl. Good, not girl. Did Ed not respect women? It wasn't the fact that he didn't respect women, right? It was the old school mentality of the man being the boss. He was very controlling, right? Man of the house makes the money. Even though my mom made a good living, he still needed that control. So, and me being his stepdaughter, right? No, he wasn't gonna listen to me. Why would he do that? So he still remembers, like a really different era, yeah. And it's not that he didn't understand, it's just that he still looks at me. Like when he first came, you guys, hold on. I need to process what I just read. I got a text. When he first came to my house, we always butted heads because he wanted that control, right? Remember tapping is clapping on TikTok and YouTube, thumbs up. Does he particularly that you're his little girl? No, I think he knows because he always says. But if anything's gonna throw me off my game. But he did, you know? And when I say, no, you're not going outside. And I would go in between him and the door and he would say, you know, who are you? You're just a little girl, get out of my way. What? Excuse me, sir. My house, my rules, you better sit the fuck down. Yeah, it's what they know. It's what they know. So, and it was ugly in the beginning. And that's when we realized we needed to use the personal mind. You know, mine, sit down, because we knew, even today when I use mine, he backs down. Sometimes he says, are you sure? Oh, I sure isn't sure. And sometimes he pushes me and I said, would you spend X amount of dollars on a house? Because I did. Oh, no. No shit, you wouldn't. So, well, back in the day, he would chest bump me. He would chest bump me in my house, right? He would get close to me and he would try to physically control me by not 100% physicalness, but enough to try to intimidate me. Yeah. Yep. I'd bump his chest back. I did. And once I said, and now, right, I don't get so angry. I did because I still had all that anger in me at the time, like, listen up, MFer. I'm allowing you to be here. Everybody knows it except you. Yeah, you don't get that right. This is my house. You show respect, right? Yeah, you better show some respect or your ass is gonna be out. I did. I used to chest bump him back because I wasn't gonna allow him to think he had control over me. No, and that's why we started using mine. He wasn't so submissive at that point, you know, when I would say mine at that point in his disease, he would want proof. You know, he would want proof. Well, let me see the deed to the house. I want to see. And then I would show it to him. Look, well, we'll see about that. Anybody can have this changed. Motherfucker. You better walk away. Better walk away. So the first year was difficult. And then I think slowly you acclimate. And here's what a cool thing is. This morning, Dan brought him out, sat him down. And I was sitting in my kitchen, yeah, at my counter where I always do. And I didn't even turn around, right? I didn't even turn around. He just saw the back of my head and he said, "Good morning, Danielle." That's memory. That's memory, right? I'm here, I'm there every day in the same spot. And he said, you know, "Hello, Danielle." Yeah, when he called asking, remember he wanted to charge us rent? One live we did that. And did it cause Mark's divorce? Was he the sole purpose of Mark's divorce? No. No. So anyhow, it was, can you hear me? I don't know if my Bluetooth is on. I just got on because
I just got nothing done. Oh, I did a few things, but no power in the office.
Still?
Well, they cut it off at the power, so they never called Spun to come out there.
Oh. Yeah, remember he charged Andrew? He was like, I want Andrew, you know, when we said just humor us, right? Yeah, and tell him it's his house. And then he was like, well, does he pay rent? He lives here. How much are you paying me? So, anyhow, so, you know, and Donna, you asked if it caused Mark's divorce. First of all, I'm not going to speak on Mark. That's Mark's privacy. And if he wanted to talk about his divorce, he could. But you got to be fooling yourself if you think one person was responsible for a divorce. So, yes, the possessives are important with him because he still has that in him. He used to call me a little girl all the time. He used to call me, basically telling me to be quiet. I didn't have a say, you know? Bitch, this is my house. This is your house. This is my house. Your house. Yep, you bought it. I didn't buy it. You have no control here. All mine. You want to stay here? Do you like living here? Yes. All right then. Follow my rules. Dan, I mean, how does he get home? And
Step out, step out, step out, step out. Quickly, you gotta make sure the other dog will get out. All right, good job.
again, you have to yell at her and tell her to sit.
We're gonna give you some steps, Doc. Steps.
Yeah, I'm still looking for the person. Everybody wants to point a finger, you know? Yeah, I would never bump chests with him today. If I bumped a chest with him, he would fall down. Yep, my dog's out. So I did. He was giving me shit the other day before I left for Nashville. And he was just being defiant, and he was just, nothing I did, right, was settling him. Nothing I could say, nothing I can do. He was agitated. It didn't matter. So I did. I got in his face. So you have to. With him. Do you think I enjoy doing that? Do you think I enjoy administering dominance over him? A frail man, the disease? I don't like it. I don't like it. But you have to do what you have to do to get it under control. I ain't afraid to tell you what I say or what I do because it's my truth. I finally got him to sit down. Love you too, 1950. And I said, look, you need to stay here. And he almost tripped three times. I caught him because he's not steady on his feet. So he sat down and I said, he's all, you can't tell me what to do. He can still get there. Danielle, you have no right. I looked at him and I said, I got close to him so he would look at me in the eyes. And I said, you are in my house. This is your house. I said, this is my house. You are in my house. You know what that means? What? You have to listen to me and follow my rules. Who said? Me. This is my house. Are you sure? This is my house. Do you want to keep staying in my house? Yeah. Well, then you need to have respect for when I ask you to do something. Or else you're going to have to go somewhere else. And he said, well, I don't want to. I said, well, then you better listen to me. I'm trying to keep you safe. And I can't do that when you don't listen. And he's thought about it for a minute. I stood up and he said, all right, I understand. That calmed him down. Nothing else I said calmed him down until I got nose to nose with him. And then he was fine. I know how Ed works with me. He may not need that from Dan, but from me, he does. Whether you all want to believe it or not. I've known that man for 45 years. We have quite a history, quite a dynamic. And y'all think you know better than me is just ridiculous. Because if anybody knows, I know. And y'all act like my husband has no idea. You think he doesn't watch my videos? And sometimes he giggles. He's like, ooh, you're gonna get it on that one. You know? But it works. And when he sees Ed respond to me that way, he knows it works. He knows it works. So, I don't like it, but I have to show it, right? I have to show it. And he walks away every time thanking me. And I followed him and he was looking for his wallet. And he was happy as a clam after that. I went in there, I said, what are you doing? And he said, I was like, oh, checking out your wallet. And that keeps him occupied, sometimes for 45 minutes. So I allow him to look. I do my thing, gives me time to calm down and, relax. So anyhow. Stephen, how bored are you with your life? Huh? How bored are you with your life? How bored? Are you that bored? Does your wife know you're trolling women and being disrespectful to them? Just a question. I'm sure she's proud. Or your kids, grandkids. Keep up the good role modeling. You don't negotiate with somebody in his condition. Who's negotiating? I'm telling him. So pay attention. Open your eyes. Hi, Tucker Fucker. How are you? They all have to be treated differently. Yep. Hi, Chessie. How are you? Grasp that dementia is not amnesia. The world doesn't get it, right? They see some forums on social media and they see I'm different because I show different things. Our dynamics are different in our house. Our relationships are different, right? So, no. How many other people have a stepdad who's their father-in-law? That already is a dynamic that most people don't understand. You know? Oh, that's not her dad. Oh, huh. Interesting, because I've lived with him longer than Dan. I have more of a relationship with Ed than Dan ever did, y'all. Those are the facts. That's the reality. So no, our situation is completely different than anybody you watch. Our situation, our family dynamics are completely different than anybody you watch. Yeah. I have history with that guy. He has history with me. I have more. I've lived with Ed more, longer than Dan. Dan, guess what? raised himself. When they divorced, his mama went back to school, worked hard to build a name for herself, and Ed wasn't around, people. Yeah. And you want to know why he remembers me? Because I was there. I was there through it all. Fat fingers. Stop having fat fingers. Learn to be respectful. Nobody's asking for a trophy. Nobody's asking for anything. I'm speaking facts, and y'all want to change the narrative to what fits you and your ugliness. People like you ruin this world. Just letting you know. Steph, I don't know why you're here. I'm going to tell you something. You've been here a lot, and you keep coming back, spewing your ugliness. Pull your head out of your bum, girl. Pull your head out of your bum. And why do you keep coming back? He's barking. Steph needs attention. I think she was dropped on her head as a baby. Anywho. Does she have a special page? You're coming from a guy. Obviously, I need attention. It's funny, Les, coming from somebody who's attacking somebody. I'm the one that needs attention, girl. Do you not know how social media works? Obviously not. Y'all think your trolling game is on point, but your trolling game sucks because y'all are hypocrites. I dropped more than once. They coming in, oh, she needs attention. I need attention. That's social media. We go on lives and you're here watching. So asking for attention, but it's me, right? It's always me. That's all right. Yeah. Isn't that gross? I raised myself too. My mom had to work. I was a latchkey kid, right? So I didn't get my mama until dinner time. I came home from school. I had to make my lunch. I had to do it all. It's not a bad thing to say that. Joanne went back to school. Joanne went back to school because she didn't have a college education, right? She didn't have a college education. Dan was a product of divorce. Dan is a product of divorce. He took care of himself. He had to. His dad wasn't in the picture. Y'all, you think Ed was in the picture? No. Again, y'all think you know better, but y'all are ignorant. My mom was divorced with 6 kids and she was a nurse, right? They had to work. I mean, you know, all the time I cooked for myself. Yeah, Dan did too. Dan also went to his best friend's house. And those were his second homes, right? I enjoyed it too because I could sit back, I could relax, I could watch TV without getting yelled at, you know? I could eat the shit. By the way, there was no shit in my house because Ed was a nutritionist guy. He hated fats. He hated his women to be heavy, believe it or not. He would get on my mom all the time. Different type of freedom, right? I mean, unfortunately, I didn't have any shit in my house, so I got screwed. But I watched TV. I would go, actually, this is kind of a cool story. So Ed had an apartment when they were dating. And then once they moved in together, we got another apartment. And it was by the apartment manager. Her name was Ruth. And I happened to be, Ruth's apartment was down here. I was across up. And so I would come in all the time, come home. Most of the time, I lied, Drake. Most of the time I just remembered. Her husband was Paul. God, I haven't brought that up in a long time. Ruth and Paul, and they managed the apartment complex. And after school, I would go up my stairs, I would drop off my stuff, and then I would come downstairs and go to Ruth's house. I would knock on the door. She would bring me in, feed me, and she would give me treats, and she would turn on the TV for me. She took care of me. I loved it there. I felt comforted. So I really wasn't alone. I had Ruth and Paul. Paul was the maintenance guy in the apartment complex, and so I was spoiled, you know? I mean, she was my second mama at the time. That's what kids had to do. Dan lived still in the normal, Dan, I always had my key around my neck, it was like a necklace so I wouldn't lose it. And I've been home since COVID. Yeah, it's stupid that people do that. Ruby Frank of Caregiving. Shame on you, only a matter of time. Allison with one L. Y'all, Allison with one L. The infamous Allison who's been blocked for YouTube has showed up once again on TikTok because I live rent-free in her head. So she can't stand it. Now, Allison claims she's a professional. Yeah. Claims that she knows best. Knows Ed better than me. Yeah. And here she is. Isn't that cool of her? The ignorance, the blind leading the blind, right, Allison? The blind, she's back. She can't stay away. She loves me that much, she has to come in. Yeah. Allison Parker with one L. Oh yeah, there she is. Having to get her dig in because she's such a great woman, such a role model for her kids, her friends, and her parents. God, I bet they would be proud of you. Yeah, yep. Here she is. Badgering. And only true caregivers. Only true caregiver. Yeah. Even I remember Allison. She had to move. She had to move medias. Right? She had to move the social medias because I blocked her fucking ass. But I'm going to let her be here because she's just a joke. Her ignorance shines through just like every fucking troll on here. And they talk to me about karma. They talk to me about karma. Shit, there's no karma. I do a good job doing what I do. Yep, I do a good job doing what I do. And that's okay, Allison. You have to live with your ugly ass self, not me. It's all right, girl. Anywho, my dog's over here. Dan's mom never remarried. Nope. She had a couple boyfriends. Yeah, she had a couple boyfriends. She had one, and she ended up getting rid of him, and then she had another. She's quite happy. She's quite happy, not having to deal with any man. Kind of like secretly, would love to have, the space. Once was quite enough for her. Yeah. Let me tell you, Ed would be, let me tell you, Dan would be the end for me too. Ed was enough. I think any Salinger man is enough, let me tell you. I think I told you, their brains need to be studied in the Smithsonian after they die. Everything is great, yeah. Yeah, quite happy. I mean, there's something to be said about solitude at a certain age, I am writing a book, actually, Christine. I am writing a book. I'm writing a book about, I'm hoping to have a series of them, starting with the beginning and getting more into it as we proceed. So, because I think I have a really interesting life and a cool life, and to end up where I am today, I've dealt with, death, I've dealt with loss, I've dealt with some epiphanies from this weekend of learning more about my mom and her sadness, and it makes me sad, it makes me sad. Solitude, what would it be? Well, see, and Sean, that's the thing. People don't realize when I Frida McFadden, yeah, I love them. When I go on, hold on, I just had a brain fart. Give me a minute. So has everyone. And I'm not saying nobody has. Don't be jealous because I have a platform. Don't be jealous because we were able to have doors open for us, having Ed, having my husband, who started this, by the way. So you sound jealous. That's an ugly statement. So has everyone. Everyone has experienced loss. No, not everyone. My husband still hasn't lost his parents. No, not everyone experiences self-harming, right? Not everybody. Oh, Allison with one L. Check her out. Allison with one L gave me a violation. Keep it up, girl. Continue to be a hater, girl. You got Allison with one L mass supporting me because she's just angry. Angry! Angry girl! I have a lot of my story. And I have people who are quite interested in my story and want to know depth, want to know more things, and that's why I'm writing the book. No, Allison's on TikTok. Haters. And y'all wonder why I have 4 different accounts. People like Allison, people like Ross, you know, people like Miserable that they, no. Do you still love your husband after all these years? I don't understand why people ask stupid questions. To me, that's a stupid question. I've been learning so much from you for a long time. Oh, thanks, Mama. P.S. Yeah. So, anywho, I'm doing some fun stuff. Where do you Rustics on YouTube? I'm not playing with TikTok because TikTok doesn't support their people. Yeah. I've been through tragedy, you know, a lot, and some people have, and some people haven't. I'm seeing things happening in my family right now that's heartbreaking. Things I hope I never have to live through. Some of which you guys are living through, as well as, you know, dealing with caregiving. You think this is how I wanted to end my life? Caregiving? No. But you do it out of love. You do it out of compassion. You do it out of empathy. And you do it for your family. That's why I'm here. Ed gave us the doors. He opened the doors for us. I told him one time, and I will never forget this, and most of you will never forget this too, and I said, you gave me this, Ed. You gave me the TV show. You gave me these platforms to talk to these wonderful people who supports me. You know? I said, you did this. He said, no, I didn't do this. I opened the doors for you. You're doing it. And I just went, shit. He just busted that shit out, right? And I said, you know what, Ed, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And you know what is really cool too, user, is that Ed, you know, Josh is proud of me. Josh is proud of me. He doesn't say it, right? He doesn't come out and say, I'm proud of you. You know, thank you. Sometimes he does say thank you. And I know what he means, right? Yeah. Yeah, and Dan said that. Come on, I hate that shit. Sometimes I would say that, yes, out of nowhere, right? I don't know where my dog is. Give me a minute. Coco? 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 Where's Baxi? Baxi? Come on, Baxi. Coco? 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 bad girl. Come on, you wanna go? Let's go. Let's go, bye-bye. Come on. Come on, you wanna go? Get your ass, Joe. Bad girl. Come on. You are a bad girl. You're a bad girl. Sorry. No, one dog. I yell at Ed the truth he does. It's not even yelling. You guys want to use the word yell. I mean, I guess you can use whatever you want to use to describe it, but he can't hear. You guys, he can't hear. So I don't know how else you want me to explain to him these things. I just start off being truthful and being, you know, direct and loud. I don't even pussyfoot around talking low anymore. And sometimes I talk low because I mumble things under my breath and he hears me and I'm like, the fuck? It's just, chase them down, yeah. And he said, can you help me with the door open? It's like, what are you gonna do, you know? Yeah, yelling, people wanna yell. And let me tell you something. I've never videoed myself yelling. Because if you think that's yelling, you have no fucking idea. Can't you wait to read your books? I should write one myself. Lord have mercy. Yeah, you know, sometimes I do think it's selective hearing. So you think, you know, and these people, y'all say, you know, yelling. You guys, you don't know how exhausting that is. Hi, Gracie. You don't know how exhausting it is. Try talking all day with your voice high. It's exhausting. I have headaches by the end of the day because you have to talk loud. Oh, I got back, Marilyn. I got back on Monday. Yeah, I got back. I'm back. You have to talk loud. There's no quiet talking. People won't talk to you in his face. I do. I still talk loud because he can't hear. I don't know who Terry Garr is. I don't know. She's live on TikTok. Who's live on TikTok? Yeah, I don't deal. Me and my hubby report all the way from Bahamas. Hello. Hi, Bahamas. How are you, Deanna, related to Josh? You yell at Ed all the time. No, you just don't sip the time. Oh, this is Mary. Mary B046 or 406. I'm gonna tell you something. This hussy has been on all my videos bitching at me, telling me what I'm doing wrong. She's on TikTok. Y'all, feel free to tell Mary how ugly she's being. Ugly, ugly, ugly. I'm gonna tell you, Mary, something that you're doing is using judgy eyes, and it's quite ugly, not trying to understand people's dynamics and their family dynamics and their personalities. It's shame on you. Shame on you for bullying and harassing me with your ugliness. Girl, come on, open your eyes. Who says, what do you think about the election? Tell him we don't talk about the election. Let's talk about that. Yeah, okay, she has been on my shit. She's on every one of my videos, especially yesterday, spreading love in her own way, which is through anger and bitterness and judgment.
And she has the nerve, Mary, this Mary has the nerve to come on here and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Honey, let me tell you, I ain't doing anything wrong compared to what you're doing. I'm taking care of a man who I have known since I was 5. I'm busting my ass every day, taking care of him and making sure he is fine. I'm communicating with him, Mary. That's the only way he can hear, Mary. Yeah, is by talking loud. Yeah, that's respectfully, Mary, is the things I can only tell you here. Let's have a talk. You want to have a talk face to face? We can FaceTime each other, girl, and let's do it. Let's do it right. Let's not do it the cowardly way like you're doing. Yeah, you're a coward, Mary. That's what you are. Dan never married before. Dan was never married before. I'm his one and only. Yeah, and he's my one and only. You know, it's these people want to come on. I just never ceases to amaze me how they want to come on and yell at me and calling me names and calling me rude. Again, never understand the ugliness that people have in the judges, right? The judges, they're all watching you without even knowing and understanding the story, you know, without even knowing. Just mango juice. Why you let people get you worked up? Am I worked up? I'm worked up. Y'all fucking snowflakes. I like to use that term with that. If you think this is worked up, you have not seen Danielle worked up. Watch a live between me and my husband, and you'll see Danielle worked up. Yep. You'll see me work up. I do, Rhiannon. I have a larger account, but we have people who try to take me down. They're mass reporting me right now. So I am not going to go on my live account anymore. I mean, my big account. So I have 4 accounts. 2 and 4 are my live accounts only because they want to take me down, and I'm not going to let them anymore. Yeah, so this is my main live account, and if this one ever gets blocked or gets taken down, I have 4, so follow me on all. Just because, you know, people love me so much, and they love letting me live rent-free, and because they're cowards, they have to, you know, do the cowardly things. So, hey, what's up, Goodman? It's sad. People are ugly. Yeah. Damn, what the fuck Mary did. Mary's just ugly. Yeah. I don't know how she looks because she doesn't have a picture. I'm just talking about her behavior is ugly. And notice Mary's not back. You notice Mary just backed the fuck down. Yeah. Mary, you thought you were going to come on here and let me see your comment, knowing your name and who you are, and sing your daily dose. Girl, you just tripped and bumped your head. Hello from South Africa. How are you? Everything is listed in my link tree, Leah. Everything is listed on every video that I post. Everything is tagged, as well as Dan. Did I ever work? I sure did, and I work every day now. I hate that question, too. Do you ever work? Every fucking day of my life. Yeah. But yes, I did work outside of the home. I actually supported Dan through law school. Yeah. And I also worked for a long time up until I had Andrew. Yeah. So yes, I did. Oh, here's Allison Parker again. It was a terrible and painful video to watch yesterday. Your behavior is wicked. Oh. Did you have fun mass reporting me, girl, to get a violation? Keep it up, honey, with 1 L. Keep it up. My behavior is not wicked. Your behavior is wicked, once again. I don't know how you don't see that because your eyes are closed and that's how you will go through life, with your head up your bum. Yeah. You and your brother need to chill. Do I have a brother here? No, Josh is at work with his own family. Yeah, he's not here. Stay out of this woman's business. I know, I was a stay-at-home mama for 18 years. I'm telling you, I can tell you that working outside of the home is a lot better and easier than staying inside the house. Yeah. You never stop working. And just so you know, I have Ed and Dan. That's a tough job in itself. My kids were easy and are still easy, even though they take all my money. They are still easier than Dan and Ed. Dan's harder than Ed in sometimes, most cases. Yeah. So tell that to a roofer. I don't know what that means. Were you my roofer? My mom and Ed were married. Yeah. My mom and Ed were married. They started dating when I was 5. And, well, guess what? He took care of her until her last breath. Yep. Yep. Dan and Ed are the 2 biggest kids. Do I got a Snapchat? No. No, not that I do, but not that I'm sharing. Why would you watch the movie That's My Boy? You should watch the movie That's My Boy. I might have. I can't get my two brothers to share caregiving with my mom, who's met just so Dan and Danielle give me hope to do it alone. Sean, it's hard. It's hard. There are you from? Because sometimes you have an accent. Nashville. I just got back. I've always been a fish for over 10 years, and that machine you're on does not help you burn fat at all. It just puts strain on your joints. I'm not looking to burn fat with this. I like this machine. Whether you think it has no benefits or not, it has a major benefit to me. I'm not doing it for anything but lymphatic drainage, and it helps my bladder. Yeah, it helps my pelvic floor. I no longer leak urine from my bladder through my urethra because it has strengthened up my pelvic floor. So tell me what's good. Yeah. I get it back tomorrow, so it's not a big deal. It was probably Mary and it was probably Allison. Yeah, I peel it, but it probably won't because we're not allowed. Yeah, they mass reported me. I got taken down by the ugliness of Mary and Allison with one L. Yeah, so we'll see if, I told everybody. Yeah, I told everybody. I was like, you better have, made my Mrs. D. Cell NorCal 4 because of that. I knew it was. Oh, Mary joined. Mary joined again. Hi, Mary. I see you, girl. Were you not successful enough on my other account? Oh, Mary's back. She came back. Mary follows me on this account too. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Wow. No, it's not you, Mary. It's Mary B. And it's so funny. I just saw her join. What a good girl, Mary. Welcome back. Have you not mass reported enough for me today? Yeah, Mary's back, and I just saw her join. Yeah.
Mary Blueberry?
No, Mary, who's all over calling me a witch, and then her and Allison with one L just took me down, and now they're back on my 4th account. Yeah. Hi, Shelly. Oh, I just got booted from a couple lovelies on Mrs. D. Cell NorCal too, so I'm on my 4 account. Yeah. Yeah, what a pain in the ass. Yeah. Why are you shaking? Because I like to shake, rattle, and roll. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. You believe Mary is Allison? It could be. Allison's just evil. It's fine. It allows them some play. That's fine. I'll play. I'm not worried about it. They can take down these accounts all the time. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Mary can be the same person if they type the same. Yeah, it's typing the same. But she never spoke to me after I confronted her. We're not half siblings. Half siblings mean you're blood related. Dan and I have no blood relation at all. None. I have a mom and a dad. He has a mom and a dad. Our mom and dad they cohabitated, right? But they didn't have me or Dan. So that's not how it happened. Blood relation, although some cultures do believe in that. No, we're not. With my mom and Ed, so my mom married his dad, and they had Josh. Josh is a half sibling. Yeah. I know it's a lot of work to follow people and to troll people. I don't understand that, but I'm not that type of person who has that much hate in my heart. I don't really hate. I just dislike and I stay away from people I don't like. I would never follow them and harass them or bully. Those are cowards. What cowards do that? That's a behavior of a coward. Somebody who they don't have to be deceitful. Let me tell you, I have a lot of friends recently that have that were cowards, right? Here's the thing. You know, you can have trolls that are cowards, right? Because they would never come and tell you those things face to face, number one. And they're a whole bunch of ugly, right? They're just miserable in their own lives. They're jealous. They're all these different things, and that's fine. Whatever. Feel sorry for them. And I kind of do. I feel bad that they have to go and stalk people to prove a point or to validate themselves, right? It's weird behavior. Then you have friends that you thought were friends and loyal friends, and yet they also drop you like a 10-foot pole because they're also cowards and they are deceitful and ugly. And sometimes I can't understand how people can show you such love and compassion and in the next sentence drop you like you're nothing and a piece of shit. Yeah. Have you recovered from your getaway? Kind of, yes. If you follow and watch you, I have to like yes, me too. Like I don't pay attention to people I don't like, or I have I don't want to be vindictive. I can be vindictive, but why would I waste my time? My time is too valuable these days to like have to, you know, to follow people who I don't like and to spread animosity and hate and ugliness. Like who has the time for that? Here's the thing, Quinn. And you know, you've said this numerous times, and it's something that triggers me. I'm just going to tell you that. It's something that triggers me. Some of them, yes, want attention, right? Or they want my reaction because they think it's funny. But I have boundaries. As a woman, I am going to stand up for what I believe in. And I'm going to stand up and throw it back on any coward, at any coward who comes to me out of their day to elicit such hate and ugliness. Because one of these days, and sometimes what happens is they come back to me and they say, I'm sorry, I never gave you a shot. I'm sorry. The more I watched you and the more I opened my eyes, I realized I was horrible. That's why I do it. I don't do it for anything else. Like, I just do it for the hypocrisy of it and to try to teach them a lesson. I call it enlightening. And I have fucking boundaries, like everybody should. And if these people want to have a conversation with me, I'm more than happy to talk to them on FaceTime, but they don't. And they won't. You know why? Because they're shitty and they're ugly and they have so much hate in their heart that they couldn't face me face to face. They wouldn't do it. Yeah. So anyhow, when did Dan and I fall in love? I'm going to tell you something. I met Dan, sleeps on my 4th page. I met Dan for the first time when I was 5, one time. He came to the house, and there was an active shooter at his condo, which was like, you know, a couple miles away from our apartment. So his mom sent him to the house and he didn't know, had no idea what he was walking into, right? So he showed up at the door and I was so happy. I was like, I got a playmate. I think in that moment, I knew, I just felt something. Now, I didn't see, after that, I think it freaked Dan out. He stayed away. And I didn't see Dan for years, pretty much. Once my mom got pregnant with Josh, and once she had Josh, Carrie was pregnant with Aaron, her oldest. And once they had the babies, they were like 6 months apart or whatever they were. That's when the family really started getting back together, you know? And at that point I was maybe 10, 11-ish at that point. So anyhow, that's what I did, you know? And so he would come in and out of the house and stuff like that throughout. And I always there was something about him I always liked. I always had eyes. So I just always knew that was going to be the thing. I don't think he always knew, but I always knew. And then one day it just kind of happened. He couldn't run away from me anymore. I sunk my claws into him. And I jumped on and held tight. I think what we have is pretty cool. It's pretty special. And, you know, a lot of people who are in the same or have been in the same situations, you know, I don't know if they're still together. I don't know. Here's the thing. I was really hoping that me, coming out and talking about it would really inspire other people in the same situation to also talk about their own situations. Because a lot of people, people don't understand. People make fun of it. People misunderstand it, or they say, like people come on here and they say stupid shit like, "Oh, you and your brother," trying to like just poke. And that, to me, that's just ugly. Those things don't bother me. It just shows your true ignorance of the facts, and you're making something that's so beautiful to me into ugliness, and I will not allow that, right? Because what I have with my husband is a pretty beautiful love story. It's a beautiful love story, whether or not you want to see it or not. What we have is so much. It's special, not to say it's any more special than what you guys have or what you have experienced. But, you look at our lives together and how things changed and how we're together, and we're still together, for our eternity. And as much as he's bugs the shit out of me, it doesn't mean that I don't love him any less. I still believe he's my soulmate. I still believe, I fought for so long and sacrificed for him for so long because I believed we could have a happily ever after. I believed it, and here we are. Is it always happy? Hell no. It's not always happy, but there is a foundation. We have a foundation. We have a love for one another. And it's pretty fucking cool. I met him when I was 5, people. I met him when I was 5, and I knew from the moment I was enamored with that guy. And then again, when I saw him about 11, I was like, God, there he is. What a stud muffin. We didn't see each other for years after that. Dan was like, fuck that. My dad has another family. What the hell? Yes, he does. So anyhow, yeah, I mean, I loved him, and then we almost broke up. We did break up. And then my mom pushed us back together, really pushed me back together. He was getting ready to be hot and heavy with another woman. And he was, but I got him back. I did. I wasn't completely ready at the time, but I did it because my mom pushed us back together because my mom had a first love loss too. And she didn't want me to do the same thing she did. So pretty badass. It's a pretty badass story. And it's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty fucking cool. And we still make it. It takes work. It takes work. And sometimes we don't work together and we're here and one's there and one's that way and this way. And sometimes we're like this. And, it's true for any marriage, It's true for any marriage. But he is my love. I'm his love. We don't always like each other, but we still love each other. Is it going to be in my book? Yes. There is going to be... This book is a little different than how I want to proceed. This is just a little bit of everything, right? It's a little bit of everything. It's more about me. I would like to write... I have a plan. But there's going to be little bits and pieces, a little bit more than maybe you don't always know. My mom died, so it ended there. Or just us had someone may have said, yeah, and it makes, that's one thing I try not to let bother me because I spent once I told my friends about Dan and I. After we graduated high school, they made it so ugly to me. They made it so ugly. They made, and I think there was a source of, why do I tell people? Do I tell people? Do I keep it private? Like, this is something I should be proud of. I love this guy, and I'm getting ridiculed, and I'm getting, people are making it so ugly, and I didn't see it like it was ugly, right? And it was so hard. And so I stopped keeping it out of the narrative, because I didn't like how people made it so ugly. And now I am 50 and I am bragging about it because I love it. What time is my appointment tomorrow? Am I cleansed? I feel cleansed. And then it made me happy because my cousin called me this morning, and so we chatted for about 30 minutes. I have an 8:15 MRI, and then I have a 10:40 PT. Yeah, so I didn't realize I booked 2 appointments at the same time. Not at the same time, but I have a lull between then. But yeah, I love it. I love it. So,
We're happy to be partnering with Haley on
really?
as a caregiver. I'm responsible for my own
We saw little Danielle come to life when you visited your family.
responsibility.
Little Danielle. The crystals cleansed you. Do you need me to drive you? Yes, please. Yeah. Why an MRI? Because I'm having issues with my neck. Yeah. Because I'm having issues with my neck and I want pain management for my neck because I'm getting pain management from my TMJ. And if I'm doing that, this is not working now because as I get more PT done, the truth is coming out, which is this. Yeah. You have publicly reported not received by anyone in the vicinity. Anyhow, how about a chiropractor? Hell no. I would never go to a chiropractor with this much pain. Lady parts. Yes, the biopsy was normal. Yeah. No, MRI is for my C4, C5. So a couple years ago, I learned after I got rear-ended, my neck started hurting so bad. And it was worrisome, right? Because it wasn't like a huge impact, but it was enough to be like, and Dan's like, you got to go. You got to go to the ER with a headache because I immediately got a headache. And so they did the CT and he said, well, other than your arthritis and your C4, C5, ever since that accident, you guys, I have had the worst amount of pain. And I didn't realize it was my neck as much. Like I noticed my like traps and stuff. Now I think it's getting worse because I'm getting the nerve zaps. I'm getting the nerve zaps throughout my body. And it's like you have to breathe it through. And so yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. So I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. I have to go with the way my medical group works. I have to go through an MRI before, because I want to make sure it's what. So anyhow, let's see. That's great news on your biopsy. Yes, it's good news, I guess. I just kind of want something to be wrong. Not bad, but something to where I could treat and feel better. And unfortunately, this might just come down to hormones, and there's nothing you can do. And was never treated. Now I'm paying for it. I know. And I was treated, Lisa, but I'm still paying for it. Oh, I love my aunt. My aunt is so good. You guys, my aunt is, anyhow. It's our family, and like my cousin and I were talking about, she was like, you made me so happy. It really meant a lot. Because I told her, I said, I ain't getting you a gift. Your gift is me. 3 levels fused in my neck. I know. Yeah, I'll see. Did it hurt? It did hurt. Yeah, it did hurt. It wasn't nice. And it's shameful that we don't get a choice. It's shameful that as women, we are just second class citizens and it's like you're a woman, any man doing something like that would need, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. Doctors do not I hate I hate perimenopause. I see my mom and all my family. Yeah, I really do. Even my mom's cousin Goldie, she that was her best friend. That was her running mate back in the day. And so, and my Aunt Betty too. So they were telling great stories, together. And yeah, it's my family. That's what I know, it was wonderful. Being home is that all encompassing, even from all that we've lost. You feel their spirits. You still smell them. You still sense them. They are there. So it's very comforting. Yeah. So you let them touch the balls the wrong way. They practically need pain medicine when they have to bend over and cough. And I'm a big, and it's really hard because I am a big science supporter. Doctors aren't miracle workers, but I do trust science. And if I have ever question anything, I always call my sister, who is a researcher. She works for the CDC. And I ask her about anything because those are the people who provide the information to the pharmaceuticals and the doctors and give them the research based on the things. So I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm never going to probably not have pain. I don't think you ever go through without pain, but just to be able to manage a little bit, just to take the edge off, is what. But I really rely on my sister-in-law too sometimes, especially when it came to Andrew's illness. I said, what, and she talks to the heads up, the lead directors of the CDC. She'll ask questions for me or whatever. Andrea was so important. I called her on everything. Dan called his brother Dave. I called her because those are the people who actually deal with the shit. They deal with all that. So thanks, C. I appreciate it. Good morning, Tom. How are you? So yes, and even in my cousins, like the mannerisms, even my aunt and I, it's so weird. Like I was talking to her friends, my aunt's best friends, and they were looking at me and they were like, are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? And they're like, oh my God, she is Helen. I mean, even like some of my mannerisms, they were like, that is your aunt. Like, it's so crazy to me that your aunt and you like they were Kratom, Mike said, Anna got him off of alcohol. And that's why I drew the line. I used to think pain was normal. It's not. Yeah. This is not normal. And with all the stress that I have in my life, my house is very stressful between Dan and Ed and, just everything, life. And when you build up tension, right? And all my tension stays from my shoulders up. I have TMJ, it affects that and you get inflamed. And then once you get inflamed, everything becomes just angry and it's really horrible. And I deal with that every day. I deal with that every day. So I remind them of my mom. I love it. It hurts, but before I find comfort now. Yeah, it is. And it's funny because I don't know if people say I look like her. I think Josh looks more like her. There was a picture and, I'm going to show you on Patreon. I've been meaning to send it to you guys, but my cousin Goldie, she gave me a picture of my mom at the wedding, my mom's wedding to my dad. And I was at my grandparents' house. And every time I come, she shows me something, from the past. And she gives me a picture she finds. Pain all over my body. Laura, I would say you need to start. I finally started with cupping. And then I went into my jaw hurting so bad that I went into PT. And then now it's morphing into the other issues because it's not typically just one issue that morphs into another. Everything's connected, So, and I think once I do that, I started finding some solace and figuring out how, I can unwind and gummies, gummies. The photo albums, causes so much pain. So anyhow, I'm going to send you a picture, but I took a picture and I sent it to my family. I'm like, oh my God, does this not look like Josh with hair? So I'll send that. I'll take a picture of it for you guys in YouTube, because that's my only member place. Yeah, and as a woman, I think I hate that because I think we are expected just to deal. I feel like we're always just, we're women. We don't deserve respect, right? I mean, we just basically got the right to vote. And now we're getting our rights trying to strip away from us. And because we're women, we mean nothing. We're second-class citizens. It doesn't matter. We're women. We're only supposed to breed children and clean the house and cook dinner for everybody and take care of everybody. We don't deserve anything other than what we are expected to do. And I hate that part of the societal, disregard to us. I think it's shitty. And I think that's why it stemmed a long time ago from not getting accurate care in women's medicine. Yes, Beth, because I got taken down. We are everyone's. We're pieces of shit. We don't need respect because we're women. And it's quite evident in the older generation of how they view their wives. Watch Leave It to Beaver. I mean, look at that. Leave It to Beaver. I mean, what do you see in those old shows? The women never have any say. It's the man showing you. It's the man, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's so horrible. So where do you think you came from? I was raised that way. My mom pushed through, so did I too. And that's what I know. I know that you just push through. My mom did the same thing, you guys. I mean, she was a binge alcoholic who was running away some really deep-seated shit that she never dealt with, right? And so I learned from her that, we got to take care of ourselves because nobody else is going to take care of us like we do ourselves. Women are disregarded in so many parts of life, yeah. They are. I think they're, I think they know that, Laura. I do believe that. I think, we as women are born with all these tools. Most of us, just so you know, most of us are born, to mother, to take care, to persevere, to fight for what we believe in, and to fight to have a leg to stand on. And despite all the issues that took us forever to get to, we're still fighting the same fucking shit. We're still fighting for our own rights and our freedoms. How they treat PT. But you can't treat your jaw if you don't treat the other issues, right? So we're kind of just chasing our tail right now. So when she goes in, she does it. She does it. It makes me so sad. Okay, it's something I look at every day, and it compounded it by going in for this procedure, not having anything done, and being so distraught over women and our fights. Our fights have never stopped, and that we're still having to fight for what we can do, being strong, making money. Some of us can make more money than our husbands, and and just constantly trying to fight our way up the ladder, and getting abused along the way, and ridiculed and made fun of, because why? How do you see your life after Ed? It's the same. I mean, our life is still busy. I just, more freedom, more freedom. I'm sure there's going to be a morning point that's going to take a while. It's going to feel weird to acclimate to not needing to be here or to be available if something, that's going to be weird for me, I think. But life after Ed, I mean, it doesn't change. Nothing changes for me. I'm still going to continue to go. I'll just have more freedom. Yeah, Dan and I can travel together. I can, just to have, I don't remember what it's like to have freedom, 4 years of doing this, and I've lost a lot. COVID didn't help either, but, I was a social butterfly. I was always out. I was always entertaining. I was always, just to be able to be like, oh, I'll be right back, or I'm going here, or let's go to Tahoe, So we're not far removed from having to pay to vote, and women having to choose between food or vote. I don't know what's going to happen to us. I mean, that's what the scary thing is. I think I'm so scared being a woman today. Not so much for me, but for my kids and their kids. I mean, honestly, it's scary. It's a scary world we live in, and we can see that by all the hate and the ugliness. Even on social media, I mean, it's quite evident. Those are people who are one-sided, one-track-minded people who are probably the supporters of those things like that. So the dog is like the same thing. I mean, you do. And those of you who just have animals, you still have to plan. Who's going to watch the animal? Are we going to board them? It's that... that's not normal, but at least you know what you want. Yeah, I'm different. I'm in a different place though now, Kay, honestly. I'm in a different place, honestly. I people are scary. And honestly, with my experience in just the last couple of years, even befriending people, having people, meeting people, having people at my house, and seeing how disloyal people can be and how ugly they can be, I'm okay alone. I'm okay alone. I've been through the ringer in the last couple of years, and with people who I thought were always going to be in my life, and they're not. They're not, because the truth came out of how they really feel and how they are. And I will not associate myself with them. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay to be amongst my family. I'm okay to be amongst, my nuggets. They bring me joy, and really nobody else can do that. It's hard. And I do find Adrian, I do find that I enjoy my solitude a lot more than I used to, right? I hated being alone. I was scared to be alone. It worried me. It made me feel uncomfortable, and now I strive I strive to be alone. I Yeah, it does. I feel very betrayed recently, by a lot of ugliness, and what bothers me the most is that, again, just like anybody in my life, people have a hard time reflecting upon themselves and their own actions and like to point fingers and not take accountability. I have a hard time with that. I have a hard time with accountability. And still, people still talking shit. Quite interesting. Yeah. I take off, and that's okay. Dan doesn't care. Like, if I go back to see my family, he allows me that time. He doesn't, he thinks it's great. He doesn't enjoy himself like I do when I'm around my family. He just wants to go off. He's ADHD. He can't sit and just lounge around. He wants to move and go, and, it's crazy. But, yeah. Listen, what's that mean? Isn't that funny how people come and they like to what do they do? They like to act like the social media doctors and tell you what they think about people. But really, it's you that needs help, because if you are going along and picking on people and telling them what they need, you're the one who needs the help. You're going to Graceland next year? Yeah, one best friend is all you need. Hello, Linda. How are you, girl? How you feeling? How you doing? Yeah, just still dealing with the same shit. Where to find bras for my mom that have wide bands and small cups? A 44A? Is that real? How do you get a 44A? Does that happen? I'm perplexed. I'm perplexed. Anybody know? Have you ever had a back injury? Last so long it felt like it wasn't going to heal. Yes. Yes, I've had injuries. No idea. Anybody know? A what? A what? A 44A. JCPenney's, maybe? Online? Amazon? Bra Shop, Nordstrom's, They Fit Mom, any place in Nashville to get corned beef. Costco. Costco. My aunt bought the best corned beef at Costco in Nashville. Bellevue, I think. The Costco in Bellevue. And it was the best corned beef I've had in a long time. Writing an erotica about a blind, innocent woman and a sexy, dangerous man. You are? Wow. Well, give me the thing. 44 measure, yes. Yeah, but Victoria's Secret, I don't think Sean wants to put his mama in a sexy bra. Well, that's sad to hear you had that, but gives me hope. Yeah, I did H&H. I had, hi, Big Dog. Victoria's Secret will, but can you bring your mom out of the house for a measure? That's the first question. Yeah, the burnt ends are good, but the corned beef was better. I don't know if we have the corned beef. Oh, good, GSO, I want to see it. I had a lot of back pain, and then I started CrossFit, and actually weights helped me strengthen my core, which helped my back. This stuff here, it is just what it is. It's pain. I can't do anything about it. I can get like massages, and it's temporary fix, but I just keep moving forward because that's all you can do. I refuse to sit at home and, continuously focus on my pain. I'm just not that type of person. I have to get up and move. I'm okay. So Sean, if you can get your mama out of the house, Nordstrom's, what's that one eBay for bras? What's that one shop, anybody in Sacramento, they have it at, small chested women don't fit there. Soma. Yeah. Soma. I don't know if you have a Soma, but I would check online. She's on oxygen, a permanent catheter, and uses a wheelchair. in public. That sounds like a nightmare to bring out. Don't bring her out. So look online, type in 44A bra. I wouldn't get her a bra with wire. If you can find something like an athletic, like jog bra or something, would probably be more comfortable for her. I wouldn't put her in a bra. That shit is horrible. Underwire and shit. She doesn't need it. She doesn't need it. So I would look at Soma, shop at Nordstrom's, and just say like soft, maybe even Skims. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Skims, right, Lisa? Like I'm thinking like a comfy bra that is really soft. Oh, you know what else? Sean, all else fails. All else fails. I'm going to tell you something. You know, they have those, how about, what do you guys, nursing bras, maybe? Hold up. They have those camisole type things. Yes, Carol. They have those camisole type things. They're like tank tops, but they have the built-in, bra. Maybe if you could just do that. Like just put on like a tank top that holds her up and keeps her comfortable and in place, and then you put her shirt on. That's what you need. That's what you need. Go on Amazon, buy her like an extra large or extra large, and put her on her, because that way it's not, a stupid buckle in the back. And I'm thinking a cami they have like a flap that has elastic underneath it, and it keeps the people in place here. I thought remarrying would bring back happiness, and now look at him and he's gone. It's very sad. Has the built-in bra tank tops. Yeah, the built-in bra tank tops. I think that's the best way to do it. And then it's not so, because if she's wide here, it's got to be uncomfortable. A 34 double D. My mom was that way too. Don't ask. I don't take after my mom. My mom too that's one thing she said. She used to always say, does QVC sell the genie bra? Oh, I don't know. A genie bra? What the hell is a genie bra? Shapermint. What's Shapermint? So anyhow, I would do that. I would do the tank top, the tank top better. It'd be more comfy. Yeah. Of course, I'm trying to avoid any pullover type. Oh, because of the oxygen, maybe. Bye, big dog. Have a good day. Be safe. Anywho, you hear the blower like clockwork every day. All right, guys. I'm going to finish up here. I'm going to go, and I think I'm going to just chill out today. Chill out a little bit. And then I'm going to chill out, and I'm going to catch up on my shows, and we have a live tonight. So the only thing I can do, does she have to wear one? What if you get her like a tube top? You can slip it on. I don't know. Sean, I'll figure it out. Come back tomorrow and I'll see if I can figure out something. Something if you don't want to pull it over. I don't know, y'all. Anyhow, love you guys. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Mary, for all the excitement today. I love being able to utilize my new account, Mrs. D-Cell NorCal 4. It's always nice to get that some use. Anyhow, she's modest. She feels naked without a bra. You may not. I don't know. Anyhow, okay, love you. I'll see you guys later. Sean, we'll work together. Lisa and I'll have to call Lisa later anyway. So, anyway, love you guys. See you tonight. Me and my husband, he already seems cranky. He was already bitching at me and looking at me weird with some of the stuff I was saying. And it makes me irritated with him already. So who knows what tonight's going to bring. Anyhow, keep writing the erotica, but I hope you give me a preview. Send it to me, girl. I want to read it. Anyhow, love you guys. Have a good one. Remember, you are important, you matter, and you are worthy. Don't ever forget that.